All right, what you're saying is a gunshot that you could hear in Sierra Leone in Freetown. A lot of people are saying that the coup are taking over, but of course we could understand that the government is insisting that yeah, the coup have not been a success. But what is actually really disturbing in this news is that for a number of occasions now we'll be hearing a lot of coups taking place in Africa. Whether you are talking of Niger, which nearly burst into a regional war where the Nigerian government they wanted to use a military action to return democracy. Or you are talking of Gabon, talking of other countries in the West African sub-region, and of course, another part of Africa, is beginning to sort of get really worrisome to some people as to why the military are taking over and why there are this incentive for the military to take over. I think Nigeria, of course, is the only country that sort of become a little bit more stable, even though there we can also see that what is happening in Nigeria is not really what democracy is, because people believe that a democratic process have been truncated in Nigeria. But of course, the military have decided to stay from taking over. And this is something that should be encouraged, as it were. But what is really sort of worrisome to a lot of people is why are the military taking over in this African country, and what is the solution to it? You are a leader. You are supposed to be there for the people, being able to resolve their situation, not taking advantage of the authority that you have been given. Because sooner or later, the people are going to revolt against you. Leadership is about the people. You should be there to resolve the issue of the people. You should be there to answer their questions. And all across Africa, we see this leadership or this sort of democracy that we say we have, but it's not working, it's not functioning the way it should function. We see, for example, the case of Nigeria, where evidently we see a democratic process be undermined by the so-called democratic element in the system. And we want the people to be calm. And of course, there is calm in Nigeria. Of course, that is the cost of democracy. Even though what we pretend to be protected is democracy, the democratic process in Nigeria is not functioning, it's not working. And but of course, there is no people that are protesting on the street. There is no military takeover. But that doesn't mean that the people are happy with what is going on in Nigeria. So this is what is usually bringing the military into power, in that the democratically elected, or those who want to be democratically elected into the office, are not doing what even the tenet of democracy is requested that they do. Because democracy actually asks for fair play. That you say you are the best candidate to lead the people, you need to demonstrate it. There is no need falsify evidence. There is no need truncating the process of democracy so that the people who really want to elect you into office are sort of cheated. You cannot cheat your way into democracy. So this is actually what is important to be clarified for many African leaders, is that the people that you are leading are looking up to you for responsibility. You need to lead. You know, leadership is, I think many people really have this very confusing. Leadership is not that you are the strongest. That is not what it means. It means that you are going to a place and the people are voluntarily following you. We can look at across Africa. The leadership we have is confusing, because we have this group of people who are in the position of authority, who are absolutely believing that they are there. It is their right to do whatever they like. It is not supposed to be like that. You are there because you are a leader. People should lead. People should follow you willingly. But are people really follow you willingly? Because if that is what is happening, then what do we see happening in Niger, in Gabon, or in Mali should not be happening. Because it means that the people should defend you. But if you are not doing what you are supposed to do for the people, then they cannot defend you. You see, you cannot lie about these things. Because if the people are happy, we will see it in evidence. Because leadership, what you are supposed to really see is that you don't need to tell me how many billions of dollars your country have made in the course of your 4 years or 8 years as being the president or prime minister of your country. How we will know whether you are a good leader is in the people that you are leading. They are the evidence of your being a good leader or a bad leader. So lead by example. Lead by be responsible to the people that you are leading, because if you don't do that, the people will revolt one way or the other. They might not have the military capability to be able to take you out of power now, but not that the people are not with you. You need to be sure that your leadership is taking the people along, in that you are going to a destination. Where are you leading the people to? Where is the destination? That is the point that I think many African leaders need to pay attention to, so that what is happening, I hope that what is happening in Sierra Leone doesn't lead to conflict. That is actually what is my worry. No, it's not whether the president there is there or is not there. That is not the point. It's not whether the people that are trying to overthrow the succeed or don't succeed. That is actually not my point. The point is that we need to care about the people, because if, as you are hearing, for example, gunfire taking place in Freetown or maybe wherever is it in Sierra Leone, that bullet that is being exchanged are going to fall on the head and the arm and the legs of the people. We don't want to forget what have happened in Sierra Leone before. But I used to really be very happy that at least for a couple of years now, there have been relatively calm in Sierra Leone after the war that have happened, because we see these people whose hair were cut off by other Africans. You know, sometimes we cannot blame this on other people. In my documentary that I did about Pan-Africanism a couple of years ago, that was in 2015 actually, I was trying to say, oh, Africa, let's look at what we are doing to ourselves. Let's look at the Nigerian Civil War, for example, where a lot of people were massacred in their own country because the people that are in the position of authority were unable to come to a compromise, were unable to really decide how they want to govern their people. That is what led to the death of over 2 million Nigerians. Do you want to talk about Rwanda, the massacre of people in just 3 months? All these people, what did they die for? Of course, we talk of Sierra Leone during the Civil War and Liberia. All these are hurting the African progress. They are hurting us as a people, because we need leaders who should be able to take us to our destination. We're not to build the like of Tesla in Africa. Can we do this by this kick and start and stop of leadership? We cannot do that. But just simply, we start today, then we stop tomorrow, then we start again, then we stop. All the leaders, most of them, of course, actually, they are siphoning the money and taking it to Europe to hide. Is that the kind of leadership that we want? Is that how we are going to be able to revolutionize our agriculture, to reinvent our democracy, to be able to have a functioning system where our infrastructure can be working, so that the poor woman that is cultivating her farm somewhere in Ivory Coast, in Nigeria, in Gabon, in Congo, can manage to have this food transported from where she's cultivated it to the town, so that people can have access to it, so that she can then cultivate more, so that she can have money. How do we get jobs to the teeming population of African people? How do we develop infrastructure? How do we make it possible that in Nigeria, with over 200 million people, in 2023, we are still in darkness? And those who are supposed to take care of this, they are there siphoning the money, taking it to London, buying houses in the US, buying houses in UK, sending the money to hide in Switzerland. Are you thinking? Are you thinking? So leadership should be about the people. Let's lead for the people. Let's be there for the people, because you are concerned about the life and well-being of your people. If you don't do this, the people are not going to be happy. And if they are not happy, what you see happening in Niger, in Sierra Leone, or in Gabon, they will continue to happen, because the people are confused. They don't know how to be able to solve their problem. And this is why we have you as leader. That is what you are supposed to do. You are not supposed to be there for the interests of Europe or American or some multinational who are interested in the gold or the diamond, who are, of course, happy that there are some confusion out there, so that they can manage to get more of these resources that is on the ground. That resources is needed for you to develop as a country. Because what is happening is beyond what we see sometimes. Most of our leaders are actually cohorting. They are working for people that are other than their people. That is why they don't care that there is instability in their country. There is instability across the region and across the continent. This instability is hampering us from developing as a people. We need to stop it. We need to look for leaders who really care about the development, about the local development, because development is nothing more than using the local resources for the well-being of the local people. America can never spend their money to develop Sierra Leone or develop Liberia or develop Nigeria. It will never happen. If you send American money to somewhere in Nigeria or Congo, remember that Congo or Nigeria are going to pay times 10 of the cost of shipping American equipment, war equipment to that country to either save you or help you to restore your democracy. It costs you, not there. America do not pay for that. You pay for it. Of course, you are not paying in dollar, but you pay in another way. You need to realize that you need to protect your people. You need to lead for your people. Help them to be able to become important in the world. Help them to develop. Help them to have infrastructure. Help them to make sure that, for example, a lot of young Africans are there hustling so that they will be able to compete in this global economy. Is your leadership making sure that it's a possibility for them? Are you making sure that the young people in your country who have not been able to get job, but they are doing everything possible to be able to find job online, are you making sure that is a possibility for them? That PayPal is working in your country? That maybe these people that are able to write a book, they put it on Amazon, they are able to get the money so that they can do more? These are what we need our leadership to do. To take care of their people, the local people. So that the young student that is growing up in Sierra Leone, finishing university, should be proud to live in Freetown, not to go and seek for a job in America or UK. Are you a UK president, or you are the president of Sierra Leone, the president of Liberia, you are the president of Nigeria? You should care about the more than 200 million people in Nigeria. They want to have infrastructure. They want light. Not a light that you are shifting from Lagos to Ibadan. There is light in Lagos. The people in Ibadan do not have light. That is not, we don't need that. We are living in the 21st century. This is 2023. We have the possibility of being able to tap into solar energy, wind, water, so that we can have light 24 hours. Just like they are having it in London or Paris or in any other important city of the world. We are able to do that. So when you are a leader of a people like that, you should know that this is your responsibility. It is not because you are the oldest man, you are the oldest man in the country. That is not what it means. It means that you are capable of finding a solution to the pressing need of the people. One of the pressing needs is what I just mentioned there. They need access to infrastructure. They need to be able to compete in the global economy. Do you know what is taking place today? In the age of AI, where are your population? What plan are you making to make sure that when decisions are being made in the world in terms of commerce, businesses, that they are taken care of, that their inability to use PayPal in your country is affecting them? Are you able to negotiate with PayPal to make sure that people in Nigeria can have access to that, or maybe create alternative? Put money into the local payment gateway in Nigeria so that the people in Nigeria can have access to this. Because if you don't do it, then the people will go through the back door to be able to do what they could do in the front door. This is your responsibility. This is what you are supposed to do for the people of Nigeria if you are the government of Nigeria. It's not for you to siphon the money and start doing marriages and buy houses in London or buy houses in Paris. Are you going to live in Paris? You should buy your house in Lagos. Buy your house in Enugu. That is where you need to be. If you are sick, go to the hospital in Lagos. If the hospital is not functioning for you, you are traveling all around, all the time going to hospital in Paris or in the US. Then let's say that we don't have a government, so that every Nigerian should be looking for a way to go get some medical treatment in UK and in US. You can see that you are a failed government because you are not able to provide for your people. You are going overseas for treatment. What about other people? Where are they going to go for treatment? That is the first thing that you should resolve as a government. Because if you don't, the people do not have the power to grab you and make sure you suffer for what you are doing because you are a thief. So we need leaders that care for the people, who are able to provide them the basic need, who are able to give them what they need to be able to compete in the world. Every leader is doing it for their people. It is on the responsibility of the Russian president to care for their people, to protect their interests. It is on the responsibility of the French president to care for the interests of the French people. It is the responsibility of the US government to protect the interests of the US citizens. So it is it's also the responsibility of the Nigerian government to protect the interests of Nigerian people, both at home and abroad. If a Nigeria is held somewhere in Paris, the people in Abuja should be worried. If a Nigeria is mistreated in US, you'll be thinking of diplomatic mission. Think of what to do to make sure they don't repeat that again. That is what we call leadership. You are caring for the interests of your people. They are the only reason why you are in Aso Rock. They are the only reason why you are there leading the people of South Africa, because they want to be protected. They don't have any other leader other than you. If you cannot do that, then calm down. This is not heredity. We are practicing democracy. So we need people who are qualified to lead us. Nobody cares whether you are 100 years old or you are 25 years old. Lead. Lead the people. Lead the people. Lead the people. This is what you are called to do.